When we first got told that we had to spend a day without media, this was how I expected to spend my day, hiding under the covers, not being able to see anything, away from society and all the media that constantly surrounds us. However, it was that really warm and sunny bank holiday Monday a few weeks ago when I did it, so I wanted to embrace the nice weather very much, unlike the gloomy skies of today. So yeah, this combination of a really sunny, warm weather and having a valid reason not to study meant that initially it was really fine. I was like, what's all the fuss about? Because I helped out at a face painting stall, which I probably might not have done because I would have had to do work. Although I think face painting could be considered as media, so it's like how you express yourselves and communicate like a message to people, and also I had to look at photos to help paint them. But other than that, to begin with, it was fine. I couldn't really tell much of a difference in my life, other than like when I needed to know what the time was, or when I was like the kind of in-betweeny moments when I wanted to check Facebook or something. But as the day progressed, it did get steadily worse, with like the feeling of refreshment when I could kind of pretend I was from like another era, Jane Austen time. But that soon came more restricting in that although everyone around me was tied down to some form of media, and like on their phones or doing work or having to arrange things, I kind of felt a bit lost in between. Like I didn't really have anything to do other than talk to them. But if they had like other distractions, then I was just a bit bored. So yeah, it was kind of like one of my senses was being blocked when everyone around me was looking at like Facebook photos that I couldn't see. People were like, "Oh, you've been tagged in photos," so it was really like annoying and being held back. So yeah, I think media can be an extension of ourselves, because it did feel kind of claustrophobic, like I was in some like no media bubble where everyone else around me was just free to look at whatever they want. So even though I initially felt free, being able to like not be tied down by media, after a while it was very restricting. So yeah, the enthusiastic feeling very quickly wore off. And it showed how much we do depend on media in our everyday lives, because like even deciding what to wear, I wasn't sure if that counts as a form of media, because it's kind of like how we choose to convey and communicate our personalities and like how we represent ourselves. But it wasn't just about coping without media, but like the media we deliberately consume, because it was also quite difficult to avoid the media that I would like unintentionally consume as I like go about my day-to-day activities. And this is mainly visual, like posters or like the photos on my uni wall. But it was also quite difficult to avoid audio media, because like on a corridor of 50 people, there's always different music being played. Like right now I can hear a guitar being played, and also the Muslim prayer room below me I can hear now. But so yeah, like at one point this was on the immersion. I could hear like Greek rap music, and then I could hear like some loud dubstep, and then there was like an emotional Ed Sheeran ballad all at once. So I thought I'd play them all at one time to see like the mashup of media that we have all the time, all around us, without even knowing. For this, I need the assistance of my twin sister Karis and friend Joss, and we're going to play all the 3 different songs and build them up as we go along. So first, the dubstep. Then the Greek rap music. Then Ed Sheeran. So that mashup just shows the bombardment of media in our lives and how it all overlaps all at the same time without us even realising. So media can be really difficult to avoid, and I'm now going to use another form of media, my iPod Touch, to show a video of when I walked up the spine and all the different media that I came across. And these are mainly posters, and they contribute to like our saturated cells through information overload. So having to record all those different posters and any other like unintentional media it kind of forced me to realise the intensity of media in my life, because the physical act of having to write it down repeatedly and how tedious that became, it just shows how much I do consume without realising it. And this is almost like a form of brainwashing, because it's information that we don't choose to consume. But I think that makes it sound scarier than it is, because media has been a major part of our lives for many centuries, since the first smoke signals. So we may all have saturated selves, but I think the abnormality of the fast and how weird it felt compared to the normality of the immersion, it just highlights how we are dependent on media in society, but that this is deliberate, and for me, I wouldn't choose to have it any other way.